Welcome, grade 10. Let's get right into it. What do you actually like doing in your free time? And more importantly, how can a hobby help you discover talents you didn't even know you had? Well, today's explainer is your absolute ultimate study masterclass for the Common Hobbies lesson. We're going to break down the text, master the vocabulary, and get you totally ready to secure top marks on your SEE English exams. Let's do this.
Here's our game plan for today. Section 1. Exploring the 7 hobbies. Section 2. CEE Vocabulary Spotlight. Section 3. Interactive Exam Practice. Section 4. Higher Order Thinking. And we'll wrap up with Section 5. Final Revision and Quiz.
Section 1. Exploring the 7 hobbies. Discovering hidden talents.
Your textbook kicks off with a massive point right away. Hobbies are not just about killing time or finding entertainment. They are totally essential for student development because they actively ignite our creativity and help us uncover hidden talents. And it's actually really fascinating how much this changes depending on where you are in the world. Like, fishing is super prevalent in England, right? But over in China, hiking is the most in-demand activity. Now let's look at our first 2 specific hobbies, reading and dancing. These 2 couldn't be more different. Reading? You absolutely don't need any special gear. Just grab a book from a local library or download some PDFs, and you've got access to so many different genres. Dancing, on the flip side, is your physical outlet. Even if you think you have 2 left feet, just moving to a beat improves your flexibility and mobility. Plus, it is a fantastic way to let off some excess energy and steam.
Let's keep that momentum going with collecting antiques, painting, and photography. If you've got a passionate eye for history, collecting antiques teaches you to truly appreciate old, high-quality items, and it can even lead to refurbishing old furniture, bringing it back to life. Then there's painting. It is so deeply creative and therapeutic. You could be starting small on a classic easel or going totally wild painting a giant mural. And what about photography? It's all about preserving our precious memories. Now here is a crucial detail you absolutely must remember for the exam. The textbook specifically points out that you do not need expensive professional gear. Just a smartphone and an understanding of basic skills like lighting, depth, and exposure are all you need.
And that brings us to our final 2 hobbies from the text, writing and knitting. Writing gives you so much freedom. Keeping a daily journal is a proven way to handle stress, relax, and actually boost your productivity. Or, if you want to share your knowledge on a specific niche, writing a blog connects you directly with like-minded folks online. And lastly, knitting. It's such a rewarding way to build up your winter wardrobe. You can make mittens, hats, and scarves while improving your hand coordination. But the absolute best part, and you'll want to remember this for the test, is that you can do it literally anywhere. You can knit on the bus, while watching your favorite shows, or just hanging out with friends.
Section 2. CE Vocabulary Spotlight. 14 must-know words for the exam.
Right. Mastering these specific words is basically a cheat code for the reading comprehension section of your exam. Let's anchor them to their exact textbook context so they stick in your brain. Ignite means to spark or trigger, like a hobby igniting your creativity. To hone is to sharpen or perfect something. Think about going online to hone your skills. Prevalent just means widespread or common, just like fishing is prevalent in England. Genres are simple categories, especially for books or art. Mobility is your ability to move freely, which dancing totally helps with. To be passionate means having really strong feelings about an activity. And to appreciate is to value something highly, like an antique collector appreciating an old chair.
Okay, let's tackle the rest. Refurbishing means renewing or renovating, like refurbishing old furniture. Expressive is showing your feelings or thoughts, which is exactly what painting is all about. Therapeutic means healing or calming. Honestly, what could be more therapeutic than painting? Now, a niche is a highly specialized segment. Think of a blog focused on a super specific topic. Your wardrobe is your collection of clothes, which knitting is great for in the winter. Exposure directly relates to the light hitting your camera film or sensor in photography, and hanging out simply means spending time relaxing with your friends.
Section 3. Interactive SEEA Exam Practice. Test your knowledge. All right, time to put all this into practice. I want you to use the pause and explainer method here. Go ahead and pause the explainer, answer these true, false, and fill-in-the-blank questions out loud, and then hit play.
Okay, let's see how you did. For true-false, remember, hiking is prevalent in China, not England, so number 1 is false. Dancing definitely lets off excess energy, so 2 is true. But you don't need pro gear for photography, making 3 false. Journals do boost productivity, so true. And yes, knitting on the bus is a definite go, so 5 is true. Over to the blanks. You don't need special gear for reading. You can paint on an easel. Journals help handle stress. Knitting gives your hands exercise. And for photography, you got to understand lighting and exposure.
Let's keep it moving. This tests your direct recall. Pause me one more time to tackle these multiple choice and matching questions. All right, let's check your work. Best for mobility, that's definitely dancing. Connecting with like minds online, blogging. Most in demand in China, hiking. Good for the winter wardrobe, knitting for sure. And best for refurbishing, antiques. Over on the matching side, collecting antiques pairs with renewing furniture. Photography connects to preserving memories. Writing blogs matches with finding like-minded connections. Dancing goes with flexibility and letting off steam. And reading matches with needing absolutely no special gear. Now, the SCE English exam will always throw reading comprehension questions your way that require written answers. And honestly, this is where students tend to drop points. But we're not going to let that happen. Think back to the specific textual evidence we just went over. Why do people read, dance, collect, write, and knit? How would you formulate a solid one-sentence answer for each of those?
Check your mental answers against these exact textbook-verified bullet points. If an exam question asks, why write journals, you can't just write because it's fun. The grader wants to see to handle stress, relax, and boost productivity. Reading is for information, entertainment, and self-improvement. Dancing improves flexibility, mobility, and lets off steam. Antiques are for appreciating quality and refurbishing. Knitting, on the bus, watching shows, or hanging out. Including these exact phrases is the ultimate cheat code to guarantee full marks.
Section 4, Higher Order Thinking, Beyond the Textbook.
Okay, it is time to stretch our brains a bit. The CSE loves HOTS, higher order thinking skills. This is what separates the A grade from the A+. They want to know if you can infer things beyond just the literal text. Take a second to reflect on these 3 questions. Think about photography. It isn't just a mechanical process of pressing a button. Preserving our memories secures our personal history, which is a massive human psychological need. Or think about how these hobbies build real-world skills. You're not just knitting a scarf, you're actively developing patience and fine motor skills. Looking at the text through this analytical lens is incredibly valuable for the exam.
Section 5, Final Revision and Rapid-Fire Quiz, 8 Key Takeaways.
Let's lock all of this in. Seriously, screenshot this right now or write these 8 core takeaways down in your notes. They form the ultimate cheat sheet for the Common Hobbies lesson. We've covered how hobbies ignite creativity, the cultural popularity differences like England versus China, the zero gear requirement for reading, and the mobility benefits of dancing. We hit the history of antiques, the therapeutic nature of painting, the lighting skills for photography, and the stress relief of writing and knitting. If you truly understand these 8 bullet points, you have fully mastered this text.
And here we go, your final 5-question rapid-fire quiz to test your attention from this entire explainer. Keep that energy up. This is it. Pause right now and try to answer all 5 of these out loud without checking your notes. Go for it.
Okay, moment of truth. Number 1 is fishing. 2 is photography. 3 is blogging. 4 is knitting, and 5 is painting. If you nailed those, you're in absolutely incredible shape for this lesson. You've got the vocabulary, the core concepts, and the exam strategies completely locked down. So, thinking about all the amazing benefits of reading, dancing, creating, and collecting we just explored, what new hobby will you pick up today to ignite your own hidden talents? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer and absolutely crush those exams.